Welcome back for the second of the doubleheader here. It is now 7:30 in the morning, and we are still amped up after that pot of coffee. We will get ourselves a P versus Z for the second round here. In the lower left-hand corner, we have your man for Team Copper, Firewalker. He's hot. In the bottom right-hand corner, we have the blue Zerg being played by Clash. Let's get this game rolling at 2 times to get the speed going here. There we go here. They're playing on a very big map here, so we'll need a lot of scouting or a little bit of luck. We'll see what happens here. Are getting the pylon down for Firewalker here, and yes, he is going out to scout right away here. Looks like he is going to the upper left-hand corner by the looks of it, so we'll miss scout, but eventually by the time he gets all the way around the map, will be pretty good timing there. And on the other side there, we do have, looks like an Overlord more than likely. Yes, an Overlord floating over, will scout correctly. Is sending a drone up to the upper right-hand corner for a little bit quicker scouting there, but the Overlord will be the first to tell him exactly where his opponent is at. Did get down a forge, so it looks like we're going to look at a forge fast expand more than likely here. And he's moving back here into the natural. Yes, we will more than likely see a Nexus go down here, I would have to imagine, and there it goes right there. So we are going to need forge fast expand, a little bit of a macro. Heavy game here. Looks like Firewalker is planning on making. Is getting the probe here. Finally going to come down to where he needs to go here. We'll see Hatch first for his opponent here. Actually, let's take a look. Was not Hatch first, sorry. Did get the spawning pool down first here. So Hatch is a little bit on the delayed side there for going for an early Hatch, but fair enough. Is going to get a little bit of harassment here. Really needs to start pulling a few drones off the line here. There they are. Should get them over attacking here. Apparently not, so wow, he might actually allow this to happen here. This won't be good. Cannon's already started. Now we might be in a bit of trouble here. Here we go, let's see here. 2 cannons, another pylon. He's playing oblivious to this. Is bringing the queen down, which really need to do that a lot earlier. Queen's gonna stand there now. It's gonna be too late. We got 2 cannons up here. Get your queen out of there, please. All right, so looks like Firewalker's gonna be off to a fairly early lead here as he will knock this expansion down here. There's not a whole lot he can do in the natural here at this point in time with the 2 cannons. Is getting on a lot of dogs there. There's not enough dogs there to come clean this out as he is behind the mineral line. Wouldn't be able to get full surround as he does realize there. Does come around the side here. Bad move's going to lose every one of those dogs there. Not a very good job by Clash. Put Firewalker out to an early lead here. Clash, in the meantime, did put down a 3rd hatchery. Now being his 2nd hatchery will be the Expo. So very good move for him to make sure that he did not fall behind back to 1 hatchery, because as a Zerg player, you never want to be on 1 hatch. Looks like we did have a cannon go down there and then get canceled right away. Cannon was more of an annoyance as he was a little bit ahead, maybe trying to cannon it up at the main as well here to really put him out of his misery. All right, we do get a few dogs out here. Have 8 dogs on the field, 2 queens on the field, 19 drones to the obvious lead of 35 probes for Firewalker here. So Firewalker off to a good lead here. Is mining like crazy here as the full wall off at his natural. Over here we are macroing up pretty good here. Do have the 5 drones now going away. There is getting a macro hatch at the meantime. Macro hatch is actually a good idea. Very good idea for him when he lost his natural there and fell a bit behind. Very good idea with the extra expansion out here to drop the macro hatch at the same time, because that is the way that he is going to catch up, is by dropping that down here. Does a very good creep spread. I can tell you that this is Silver League superheroes, so both these guys are Silver League here, so this should be a fairly even match. This is a very good macro by Clash here. He's very decent at that portion of the game. As you can see, he is up to 40 drones already, so has already closed that gap off that he fell behind early. With that crate spread as well here, he seems to be a very good player. Over here, this should keep the natural from going down at any point in time before the 15-minute mark, I would have to imagine, unless he elects to pump out some roaches and get rid of that. If we take a look over here, he does have a Hydra list and a Roach. We are going Roach Hydra, which is a very effective build any league. Doesn't matter if you're pro league or if you're low-level league. Roach Hydra is a very devastating build. Now he is slowly getting macroed up here. Hasn't built any more drones, though. He is still sticking at the 40 mark. We do have 49 over here for Firewalker, so very well done over there. None of them mining this gas, so I'm not too sure if he's going into a gas-heavy build. I would imagine so, as it doesn't look like he is mining the heck out of gas here. Does have the Stargate with the 2 Phoenixes on the field here, so very well done for him there. If we take a look over here, this Phoenix is scouting around the map a bit here, making sure he knows exactly what is going on. He is pumping the upgrades up here. Does have the armor level 1. Does have the ground weapons level 1 here. Is electing to stay away from the shields, which is very good. You usually want to get up to at least 2-2 before you go into shields. Is getting out some more Phoenixes. So is looking to get into a Phoenix, somewhat heavy Phoenix build. So very well done. Always good to do Phoenix Stalker. Tends to be a good build. Get a couple, I don't know, a couple Darkies. Something else to complement the army anyways. But yeah, Phoenix is always a very good build against Zerg, because a lot of Zergs do like to go Mutas. In this case, he's going to find there are no Mutas more than likely, unless he's elected to put the Spire up. No, still going to stick to Roach Hydra. So these Phoenixes aren't going to be overly effective at all for him, but we'll soon find out here and see what's going to happen. But yeah, Phoenix he really needs to get over there and do some scouting, so he knows that he is up against Roach Hydra. Then he'll realize that it's not going to be overly effective. Here he comes down here, so let's see whether or not he takes the intel he gets and maybe swaps up his build a little bit. Maybe he gets into more of an Immortal type build. Does need to get some Immortal Colossi, or even just go Colossi Stalker is a very effective build against Roach Hydra. There we go. He does get into there. Now we'll finally get into the main. No Spore Crawlers up here, so should get all the intel he needs if he elects to start flying around here. Does get his third up, as you can see over there. Really needs to fly down here so he knows exactly. You can see the Roach Warren for sure. Is going to get right in there. There he goes. Can see the Hydra list then. Can see he's getting the upgrade for the Hydras there, which is speed, or range, sorry. Speed will come next, I would imagine here. So now he sees what he's up against. Now I guarantee that's a Roach Hydra build from what you can see. There's no Spire on the field here, which is the only thing the Phoenixes would really be useful against. Has warped in some Zealots over here. We'll see whether or not he elects to use these Zealots. Just too big of an army there, though. A lot of dogs sitting on the field here with a bunch of Hydras. So he is going to sit back for a little bit here. Is Firewalker. Wouldn't mind seeing him maybe drop some Darkies in here. I don't believe, we do have the one Overseer on the map, but with no Spore Crawlers on the map, he could really get into a mineral line and do some real big damage here if he elects to start doing some harassment. If we take a look over here, the third has finally finished up for Firewalker here. Is getting a fairly skookum army here. He is going to fly out a lot more Phoenixes here. They're going to come over here as well. If we take a look, we have 60 dogs and 16 Hydras. These Phoenixes are really going to go around and knock off some Overlords. Very effective, because it does annoy these Zerg players to try and get him supply capped, but he does have a ton of Overlords on the field, so maybe doing a lot of Phoenix work before that happens. All right, let's take a look here. We got 16 Zealots, 9 Stalkers, 1 Void Ray, 4 Phoenix, and 1 Sentry with the 1 Mothership. 4 Queens, 16 Hydras, and 60 dogs. Wow, very dog heavy is Clash here. Here goes the Phoenixes and Void Rays. That Void Ray being showed there does show exactly what kind of build Firewalker is going, although it's not a telltale sign, is that it's just a single Void on the field. But he might be moving into a Sky Toss build. Let's take a look if he's masked up on the Stargates here. It does have a Templar Archives and a Dark Shrine. So he is electing to go with the Dark Shrine. Does get the Oracle out here, so maybe looking to do a little bit of harass there. Here comes the Hydras here to clean up what was left in the base here. Did want to get rid of that. That way he can plant down the Natural as well. Both of them getting up to a very high mineral count. There's the Overseer staying with the army here. Does have his couple Phoenixes with the Oracle and the Void Ray, so maybe getting into a bit of a Sky Toss build, but if that was going to be the case, does need to get some more Stargates out here. The Dark Shrine is slowly going to finish up here, is now finally getting a Robo Facility here, has got Zealot legs as well. So we should see a fairly good battle here between these two, as both of them have fairly even builds to clash against each other. Wow, it's a very, very Hydra heavy army. Wouldn't mind seeing some Roach in there. Does need a bit more of a meat shield in there, but does have very good map vision. I will compliment you on that, Clash. Very well done. You do know exactly what's moving and where it's moving on the map here. These guys here haven't elected to move around, but are finally going to start moving here. Might get a few Overlord kills on the way here, I would like to imagine. They fly back. If they fly forth, they're going to go back the other way here and stick back to their base, it looks like here. Is getting a little bit of harassment here. Does take that out, no problem. Wasn't even harassment, was more or less just scouting. Here we go. Let's take a look at what we're getting on the field here. Darkies are finally getting on the field here, so he could get in if he sneaks in the right way and do a little bit of harassment. There are 2 Overseers, so he will be able to get into position. But if he does a 2-pronged attack, that might work out as well. Or combining the Darkies in the army is also handy, because once those Overseers go down, oh, he is going to elect to go into an Archon. Okay, fair enough. Wouldn't mind seeing some Colossi here to complement this army, as he really does need to get some of them out here. Does it look like anyway? No, he is electing to go with the Storm build. So he does have the Templar Archives down here. So we will more than likely see some Storm on the field here. Does get the 3 Archons out. Very well done as far as that goes. Has now 9 Stalkers on the field, 4 Archons, 15 Zealots, Void Ray, and a few Phoenixes. And of course the random Oracle and a High Templar there. Very well done. Up here we do have another Phoenix getting himself an Overlord kill, getting rid of all the Overlords around his bases here. That way he basically gets rid of the vision there. That way Clash has no idea when he decides to move out, and if he decides to do any surprise move. Here we go. We do have a lot of Hydralisk on the field here. Like I say, very Hydra heavy. Has gone with a Hydra Infestor type build. A little different, but might work out quite fine for him here. Does know that Firewalker is moving out here. Firewalker is stopping off the Killing Queen here. Is going to walk into the third here. He is ready, getting right up into position here. Here we go. Has walked up here. Is getting into the third here. Third, fourth, whatever you want to call it here. He's going to get right in there. Does have the high ground as well, but does allow him to get up the ramp here. We are engaging here as a lot of Archons, but the Archons are all trapped. Needs to get those Archons into the front line here. They're not able to get in and get any shots off. They're stuck behind their army here. Is going to get him in there to clean up a little bit, but this is a very Hydra heavy army, and they should be able to clean this up quite fine here. Does bring him right in there. There they go. More than likely, we're going to see them clean up on Firewalker here. Does knock down each one of Firewalker's units. Yes, so did clean that up fairly well here. Does get him a little bit ahead in the food count, 136 to 115. There's the one Void Ray. Void Ray goes down 136 to 111 now. Does have a couple more Phoenixes. Really needs to get rid of the Phoenixes. They're not doing much this match when you're going a strict Hydra build with the random Infestor here. Still a little bit shocked he didn't combine any roaches with this army, but to each their own. This is Silver League superheroes. Do have the pylon up here. Could really warp in a few units, knock this down. Not that that's going to hurt by no means for Clash. Clash just going to send some dogs in to clean this army up here. There we go. Our army of one probe. There he goes. Knocks that down there. That'll get rid of that and enable him to start mining there if he chooses to do so, knowing he will not get bugged. Over here, we do have another pylon there. Nice little pylon there if he chooses to warp any units into the middle of the map. Now we do have Firewalker massing up on some Zealots here. Does have 13 Zealots at the one location here. 5 Darkies on the field as well here. A lot of long distance mining probes here. But once again, both these guys with a very high bankroll as well. There's the Darkies here. I would like to see him keep them as Darkies, to be honest with you. They do a lot of damage, especially with the 2 upgrade. 55 damage altogether there. So he is running on 2-1 upgrades. If we head over here, we do have the 1-1 upgrades. The Infestors here, they're going to sit back here. Does have a lot of Infestors here. So we have 6 Infestors on the field here now. Both these guys at a bit of a standstill. There's a heavy Zealot. Zealot with the Zealot legs are very good to get in there and be a meat shield for these guys. We will see what happens here. Doesn't really have a lot of Stalkers in this army, though, or any sort of Colossi. The Colossi is really surprising me. He hasn't elected to go with a Colossi here. Here we go. Those Darkies are really going to clean through this army, especially... Oh, there's the Overseer finally here. Good storms going down for Firewalker here. Wow, really cleaned up a lot of that army. Darkies are going to get in there, do as much damage as they can. But with that Overseer, should allow them to clean this up, or we'll be fairly even. Oh, no, does not get it cleaned up. Darkie count was just too heavy with the Zealots here. Is moving in, is starting to get a bit of a lead here as Firewalker. Looks like he could be on the ropes here. Might be Clash. Lots of dogs he got out here. Dogs aren't going to do the job for you, son. Dogs that go down left, right, and center. They're staying even on the food count, so he is managing to macro up this army pretty heavily. Is Clash, as they did all go down, but then he gets it right back up. But a lot of them are going in the dogs. Does have the Nidus Canal down here, so might be looking to get into a little bit of tricky gameplay. Lots more Zealots warped in here. Does have a fairly hefty army. This could be trouble for Clash. Firewalker's moving in. Way too many dogs in this composition. He's got enough money and gas. He really needs to get into something else. Either that or should have at least had a Spire up to give him that option. Wow, 4 hatcheries up there. No wonder he's macroing up so good here. They're going to trap all these Hydras here. Oh, wow, he is still moving in. Food count's still staying pretty even here, though. But it just looks like Firewalker's got too much of an army count here. Wowzer. Only got the 4 Hydras, 5 Hydras, 11 Hydras now to the 7 Queens here. But I think we should see GG pretty quick here, as it does look like Firewalker is getting in. Is down to 4 DTs now, but not that that matters. He has got into the natural. Will slowly move into the main, I would like to imagine here, and start cleaning up on these Hydralisks and the rest of the army here. And they slowly get in there with a couple Zealots here. Is beating on the rest of the larvae here. Is bringing in the reinforcement. Wow. There you go. 5 Archons there. That'll be devastating. Moves into the main here. Waxes through whatever was left up there. 7 Hydras left on the field. 6 Hydras left on the field. Should see the GG here as he has walked into the main. Will knock down each and every one of these buildings one by one. Very well done by Firewalker. Fairly even game back and forth. Was a little bit surprised we didn't see some roaches get it with the Hydras, but maybe decided to build the Roach Warren just for fun. Very well done, Firewalker, and congrats to you. My condolences to you, Clash. With that, I leave you with this. When the sun's so bright, don't let me see you lighting a fire. Thank you so very much for watching. Send your replays to tractorchute@gmail.com. You be good. Don't hurt nobody. Peace.